Hello all, it's another Monday. Right, back in the workshop. The painter is off today, but I think he painted my stuff on Saturday, so I might get him back tomorrow. So we're going to potter around today. Let me show you what I've done so far. Right, I've sorted those brake lines that were up there. They run across the back and into the distribution unit, so that's done. And another thing on the Defender. Anyone who's had a Discovery 2 will probably know these little boxes that go on the roof are the receiver for the key. So when you press lock and unlock, this unlocks the car. Now they're generic, they just plug in, they're not synced to the key, they're literally an aerial. On the Defender, I've had to hold the key right next to this to get it to disarm. So when you get in, you have to literally hold the key up to the roof and press it and it unlocks. Well, Black Friday come along, I treated myself to a new one. And there we go. So when the new doors are fitted and the central locking's in, I'll be able to lock it and unlock it from outside the car. All right, bit of an update. I've got all the rear brakes connected and I've got the rear arch liners in. I couldn't get the last power steering pipe in. The union was a bit rubbish. So I've nicked one off a ZR and threaded that in, and that's fine. So it's definitely the union and not the pump. But yeah, the nut on that is knackered, so I don't know if it's going to need to be replaced or whether it can be fixed, but we'll come back to that. Also, I've found the plugs and plugged in the door looms from the Disco. I've done traced the wires, done the wiring diagrams to check, so obviously when the doors go on we can work out what needs to be connected where. So okay, I have fitted new Goodrich brake lines that I found on the shelf. I also ended up replacing, that brake pipe on this side as well, because the union on this end was a bit crusty, so I changed the whole pipe. So basically it's got four new pipes on each corner now. But yeah, so we've got Goodrich lines on there. So the brake system is now all buttoned up. Everything is done. We just need to start filling it with fluid and bleed it through, but we're probably a bit premature for that yet. I don't know whether to do that now or whether to get it at least running a bit first, but I suppose it's got to be done, so we could do it. We could fill it up with fluid and get it all done. At least it's another job ticked off while it's on the lift and the wheels are all off. Oh, it's taken me all afternoon to get these brakes bled. 3 corners are fine. This one was a right pain in the backside. Backside was a right pain in the backside. Just couldn't get it to bleed through. So I undone all the pipes, blew through them all, made sure there was clear passage, and that was all fine. The only thing I found that was slightly untoward was there was 2 crush washers on the outside of this. So whether that meant that the bolt couldn't go in far enough and was restricting it, I don't know. But we're now getting flow, and I've had this loose for a little while and it's dripping through. I don't know whether it should really run through or not, but it's obviously it's got to go all through the ABS system and stuff. So this is a lot better than it was before. So I think I'm going to call it done for now. And then once the car's back on the floor, I'll do some pedal bleeding as opposed to using the vacuum bleeder. But we've definitely got fluid through now, which is good. So yeah, that's another job almost ticked off. And just to say as well, I have had the ignition on when I've been bleeding it in case powering up the ABS unit helps. So I've bled it with the ABS on, or sorry, with the ignition on and with it off. And it was no different. So yes, but now, as I say, we're getting fluid through now, so that's a bonus. Good morning. Another day here. You know when you go to bed at night and you end up thinking about things? Well, I've been having a little thought. I took the focal 3-ways out of the P38 because obviously they were a lot of money. I wanted to keep them, and I was thinking about where to put them in here. Now, I do see people putting the woofers in the seat box, which is okay, but I've got my pedal guard that goes back, so it'll end up blocking them, knocking into them, I don't know. So I was thinking of other options. Obviously they're too big to go in the doors, so I thought, what about making a little centre console? So hang on. So as you can see, there's a flat face here that follows, well, you probably can't because it's a black hole, but it follows the line of the tunnel down here and then comes out, obviously goes back a bit, round the gear stick, back out, and is the same the other side. So I thought, oh, I could put me woofer and me mid in there, but I've only really got room for the woofer. So my thought on the mids were they were going to go in here at the bottom of the dash, because obviously on a Defender they're normally over here under the dashboard, but I've got my fuse box and that there, so I think I might have to have one this side and one that side below the dash, and then I'll put the tweeters up here on each side. So I thought a bit of cardboard aided design, we try and knock something up. So that's where I'm at. So obviously it comes out to give me enough big of a flat face for them to mount, goes in round the gear stick, back out and down. So yeah, I think once that's carpeted up, you won't really notice it in a black car, in a black interior like this. I do need to trim these a bit, leave a bit of room for the carpet, because obviously the carpet's not on here yet, or the rubber mat or whatever. That's going to be another probably 10 mil, so I need to take a bit more off, but at least that gives me a bit of cardboard aided design to cut out in steel and then make it up. I did think about wood, but as I've got the steel, I might as well make it up in steel, get it welded up, and then it can sort of bolt onto the tunnel and the dashboard, because it'll need to come out to be able to remove the tunnel should I need to get to it. So yeah, and then I'll either put the crossovers behind this on the bulkhead or just inside the dash here. So yeah, I think that'll be a goer. I don't know whether I'll be able to get the mids in the door cards actually, because hang on, the mids aren't that big, so I'm wondering whether once the doors and all that are in, whether I'll be able to get them in the door. I'm not sure. I don't know whether I really want to do that, or whether just to keep it all in the dashboard. It's probably best to keep it in the dashboard up like that, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look. Right, so I'm going to pull that cardboard back out and yeah, make sure that it's all going to fit in there, and then we can cut it out of steel. All right, we've cut all the bits out. We've bent them back, not to the exact angle yet, but we have bent them back. We've just put a slit down it and bent them round. So yeah, that can be fettled in the truck. So that's that little job kind of started. Right, so there's the bits put in. There's obviously a little gap round them for carpet and whatever have you. They sit up flush with the footwells, and then that gap in the middle is big enough for the plate that I've got separately down there to go in. So obviously that can be welded up. Hopefully it'll come out with the gear stick in place, otherwise I've just got to pop the boot off, undo the gear stick, and the whole lot will come out the way. So yeah, there's plenty of room behind there for the speakers, for the back of the speakers. So yeah, I think all we've got to do now really is mark the holes for the speakers, cut them out, and then obviously we can get them welded up and put together. So that is the plan. And that's one hole made, fits in there nice. Just got to drill the holes for the mounting, and then yeah, we'll cut the other one out. So let's get on. And there we go, both done. Both got the holes in, both got the mounting holes drilled, so they're ready to be fitted up, welded in, and jobs are good. So it's another one ticked off the list. A little update, the bonnet is off. The vent flaps are out because I've got new ones of those coming, and we're going to seal them properly this time. And the hinges are off the bonnet. I'm going to give these a whizzy wheel up and give them a paint of black, I think. If I'd have thought about it, I could have taken them off and given them to the painter beforehand, but never mind. I've just been and seen him, paid him his money, and the bits are all done. So I'm going to collect them in the morning. Just going to give him another evening in his warm one to dry off. So yeah, right, so the next job is to get the doors off. I think that's what I need to do next, but yes, Yes, let's do that first. Let's get the doors off. Got the doors back. I've unmasked one and I've just yet to do the other one. So yeah, there you go. Blue rim with galvanised frame. I think they've come out quite well. I've still a few bits of tape I've got to pull off, but we're getting there. Yeah, happy with that. Okay, with the bonnet hinges done, it was time to do the door hinges. So they've now had a couple of coats of primer, so we'll get some black on there in a minute. I have stripped the doors off, so they're off. I've stripped them down, but I did drop a mirror and broke a mirror arm. So as you can see, there's only one mounting, the other one snapped off. So I've had to order a new one of them. So yeah, the doors are stripped down. They're ready to be built up, and the bonnet has come back as well. Only one flap has arrived because the other one reacted, so it's got to be redone. So yeah, cracking on. Right, well, that's the hinges done. They've had zinc primer and 3 or 4 coats of acrylic black, satin black, sorry. So there, we'll leave them to dry overnight. The mirror arm is on its way. So yeah, we're kind of at a position now. I think I might start trying to build the doors up while they're sat there. Might as well give them a go. I was going to do it when it's on the truck, but you know, we need to sort of hang them when they're weighted to get them in the right position. So I think I'll try and start building them up now. I've started putting all these together. I've got the lock buttons in, I've got the latches in, I've got the door handles in. The description did say that all holes would be chased out and clear, but they haven't been. I've had to do loads. So I'm now going around them all with the tap just to get the bolts for these cleared out. Right, that door is all built up. So I'm now going to do this one. You've got to put all these channels in. That one's obviously the one that goes there that bends a bit. And the larger of the 2 holes are where your seals go, which are all this lot. So I'll try and put it together and I'll show you as I go. I just wanted to get that one done to make sure it was all done right and fitted. So let's get on with it. Right, so we've got the plastic track in. Just needs putting in properly in a minute. Then this silver rail goes inside, and then you put these glass runners in. Now this long one goes all the way down the back of the door, top to bottom. This next one, which is slightly shorter than this other one, so this one is slightly shorter than this one, and this one goes across the top inside. And then these 2, that short bit obviously goes on that run, and then the other one comes down. And then you screw them in place with the supplied screws. So let's do that. Right, and with them all home, I can now drill and screw them in. So I'm going to do one up there, one down there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and then 2 up. So that is my job now. Next, I had to get the glass in place so I could do the bottom ones, because obviously it's a lot easier to get the glass in when these are flapping about than when they're not. So the glass is in, propped up, and I can put the screws in there. Then once that's done, I can put the scraper on the outside and the trim on the inside. I have put it all together. The glass is in, it's clipped into the runners, and everything is on. All I'm missing now is the looms. I should be able to plug them in with the panels in situ. I'm not going to fit the door cards until the doors are on the truck. And I have got I think there's a seal that goes along the bottom. That's the only place I can think it goes. I need to look on the parts diagram. So yes, I've got that to do, but obviously I'll do that once it's on the truck as well. The other vent panel is back, so they're all done. So now it's just a matter of getting these fitted to the truck and then working the wiring out in comparison to the Discovery 2 loom. So yeah, we're getting there. The bits left on the table are them 2 rubber seals, which I think go on the bottom of the doors. Need to check all the clips for the door cards. I've got hundreds of them, don't know why. These two are for if you have locks in your doors, because obviously the key turns, moves these and pops the lock, but obviously we haven't got that because we've got remote central lock-in. We didn't bother with having those. A couple of screws left, a couple of clips left. These are the door latches that I need instead. Obviously the pull handles and door cards, and the surrounds for the latches. So yeah, oh, and the badge for the bonnet. So yeah, the table is almost empty. Not bad for Friday afternoon, not a lot left. And that's a wrap for this week, guys. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next week in probably our last video this year, I reckon. So yeah, I'll do a bit of a sign off then, update you on a few bits. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you very soon.